in chapter 2, we talked about land titles in the FCT. So, generally in the FCT, you can get two major titles, but I would include the third one because that is also applicable in some cases. So, we have the locals. Remember that before 1978, the locals were the only ones given lands. So, up till now, the locals still have lands that they can give, and that is still applicable, even though I would say that is like the weakest form of way of getting lands in Abuja, and I wouldn't advise anybody to go that route because you're dealing with people who have no knowledge about the plans the federal government has for that piece of property. You're dealing with people who just want to get your money at the end of the day. So I really advise that you don't do that. Now, the second I'll talk about is the area council. So in Abuja, we have different area councils. We have Gwagwalada, Kuje, we have Buhari and Abaji, Kwali. We have about six area councils in Abuja, and all these area councils are like the local government for states, and they all have that power to actually allocate some parts of their area councils, especially parts that the federal government has no interest in building anything, any amenities or anything in that area, or they have not taken for any purpose at all. So you can actually go to them and get ownership, land titles, RFO, CFO for properties within their purview. But it's also important that you understand that whatever title you're getting from them, it is important that you recertify those plots, especially in AMAC. AMAC is the Abuja Municipal Area Council. That is the municipal itself. That's the center of Abuja where the whole city center is built. Most of the urban space is built around. So it's important that any piece of property you get in AMAC and even other area councils, you approach the FCDA to recertify them. It's very important that you do that. If you don't do that, you may just be on a crying loop, because we've seen cases where in the past people come out after a couple of years and they've even lived in some of these plots for a very long time, allocated by AMAC or any other area councils, and the FCDA, which is the Federal Capital Development Authority, which is like the people who have the authority to recertify these plots at the end of the day and say, okay, we don't have any plans for this place, you can live there, you can do whatever you want to do there. They can come back and say, no, we have interest in this land and we want to use it, and AMAC or any of the area councils can protect you. So it's important that you approach the FCDA even after getting your RFO or CFO from the area councils. And now the last but not the least, actually the highest, is the FCDA, the Federal Capital Development Authority. They are the ones that once you get their titles, we can now say that you have perfected your title, because they are the final arbiter. They are the ones who can say, okay, this plot is residential, we've given it to you for a particular purpose. You can go ahead and do with it for the purpose that we have given it to you for. So it's very important that at the end of the day, you're getting your titles from them. So with all of that said, I would just want to quickly say that RFO stands for Right of Occupancy and CFO stands for Certificate of Occupancy. The RFO and the CFO are good. You can buy a plot with RFO, you can buy a plot with CFO. They are both excellent. It's just a little difference that they both have. Okay, let me explain that in this video. So the right of occupancy is the right you have to occupy a particular piece of property. The certificate of occupancy, it now certifies that right. So they are basically the same thing, but slight differences. One of the differences is that with the certificate of occupancy, you're able to get loans, basically either from the government housing mortgages and all of that, or direct loans for your business through the bank. You can use it as a collateral if you have the CFO. So the CFO has that flexibility that the RFO does not have. But if you have the RFO, you can go ahead, build, live in there, apply for your CFO, and it will come out in time. So we'll move to the next chapter,